Hey y'all, welcome back to another video with laughs, gags, and gossip. Now let's get into the mess. Hey Nicole, so everybody, family, we have a special guest today. I don't know if you guys have been watching Chasing Reality LA, but I already told you guys that our girl Nicole was going to be there. She is the baddest bee in LA right about now, the queen bee, and she is here today to give us some behind the scenes of things and what's going on. So welcome.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm here. Yes.
Yes, I'm surprised.
Exactly, honey. You know, you'd be surprised when you find on TikTok. Okay, they got everything. It's almost like, yep.
Now I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen just about everything. But what is this dry Party City wig coming out of a Stater Brothers bag? Child, let me see. I mean, I could have just got Miss Girl a wig from the Nicole Sellers collection, honey, and we would have did something better than that. Maybe I should offer this to her.
Yes, I'm surprised you're here because you be giving so much attitude on the show. I just didn't even know if you were going to tell me.
And that's the funny thing, honey. I'm so nice. Like, I be telling people that, like, I'm so nice. Like, to know me is to love me, honey. I'm going to call a thing, but I'm super, super nice. Like,
people like you come across as nice, but you do come across as a bit of a diva. Like, look at
and I absolutely am. Absolutely, I'm a diva. Like, why not?
Okay, so first thing, we was watching it, and I said, do you always do hair in heels and stilettos? I saw those stilettos. I'm like, who does that? Okay.
Not all the time, but some of the time I do, but not all the time. It depends on what kind of day I'm gonna have. If I'm gonna have like a 10, 12-hour day, honey, it's going to be, because the thing is, I only wear heels and sandals. That's it. Like, there's no in between. Like, I only wear tennis shoes to work out. So like how some people can like stand around in tennis shoes all day, like that's gonna hurt my feet. It's gonna get on my nerves. So it's either a heel or it's a sandal. So, you know.
Well, you was looking cute. I said, well, my stylist, they always have flats on. I said, oh, but she's giving. Okay, she looking good. Giving it
so
to
not
the
all
camera.
the time, but sometimes, like I'll probably say it's like a 50-50.
And I also noticed, because I've been following you for a while, and I noticed you maybe, I want to say about 6 months ago, you started this day one of, I think 365.
Right, exactly.
So can you give us a little bit about what you were projecting or planning to manifest? What was going on?
I think that it was just me chronologically like organizing my life and taking you guys through it. You know what I mean? There's 365 days in a year. So I don't post every single day, but I try to document what's going on at what phase. You know what I mean? So then I can look back and be like, oh my God, on day 287, like I was far better off than I was on day number 10 or day number 15. You know what I mean? So it just kind of is like a checks and balance type of thing. So it keeps me up to date with what I have going on. Plus, it just lets us show we all have the same 365 days in a year. So what we choose to do with it is what we're going to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you, I love that analogy. I love that. So when you started this year, were you expecting at some point there was going to be, was it for the Chasing Reality LA or?
I was definitely, because we started filming last year, so I was definitely, anticipating like when everything was going to come out, when the rollout was going to come out, because, they had us very hush hush for probably like, they announced it, I want to say like in March or April or something to that nature, maybe somewhere in there. But we have been filming since like October. So it was kind of just like, zipping our lips. So it was kind of like my way of like putting certain things out there without putting certain things out there. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want no contract infringement or none of that stuff. I didn't want to lose my little contract before I got my little contract. So, yeah, it was just like me gearing up, getting ready, honey, So now it's going to be interesting to see the change, the shift in things from the first part of the year when I was filming the show but couldn't talk about the show. Now the show is out and I'm literally like outside, honey, and somebody is like, oh, you got on your nude, and I'm like, oh Lord Jesus.
But wait, so do you get to watch it in real time with us, or do you guys get to see it behind the scenes before it even
We
airs?
literally find out everything when you guys see it. When you guys see it is when we see it. So, that just reminds me of like last week. Well, not last week, but the week prior to that, the premiere week. So there was a big, huge premiere party in Los Angeles, but the show airs at 5 o'clock our time.
Okay.
because it's on East Coast time. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
the creator of the channel and the owner of the brand. He's in Atlanta, so he airs everything at 8 o'clock Atlanta time. So the premiere party for us started at 7, but the episode came on at 5. So I watched the episode in real time, only to find out that I wasn't on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because I was watching it. And it was like, but I mean, we see you though. There's
right, and that's the thing. You see me. I mean, you know that I'm there. You see me in the opening credits and things that you know what I mean. But it was just kind of like, oh well, just kidding, you know, because they put so much effort behind, like, you know, Nicole Ray. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all over the internet. I'm all over the photos. I'm all over the flyers. I'm all over this. I'm all over that. So I was just like, well, hello, where I'm at. Like, y'all didn't want me to walk through or something. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't want to give me 2 minutes, you know. But it was good. I think that, you know, now that I've seen episode 2 and how they kind of rolled out the red carpet for me, like episode 2 was basically 99% about me. You know what I mean? So it was like, you know, I didn't make it to the first episode, but I had a whole second episode basically all to myself.
Pretty much it was the Nicole Ray episode.
Exactly. So, you know, so now they're back in my good graces now. Look, they're back in my good graces now, honey, okay? Because I was quitting last week.
Okay, so since you said you made a point, so you said you watch you get it in real time like us. When you hear some of the behind the scenes comments that they make, like we're going to talk about that first episode where you were meeting the group, and they were meeting. How did you feel about them coming in, just kind of inspecting the house like, oh...
you know, so the funny thing is for me, like, you know, it's definitely interesting to see that because literally what you guys have to understand is like when we filmed that scene, it was my real life party and I was really having this party for my friends and I had just signed on to be a part of the show. So I was asked by production, like, hey, do you think it'll be okay if you invite some of the cast members to your event? You know what I mean? So I was kind of nervous just a little bit because my friends, honey, like they're like me, you know what I mean? Like we don't take no shit. We don't like new people, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like I'm introducing these strangers that I've never met and now I got to throw them in the lion's den with my friends as well. So I was kind of like, let me get back to you on that. You know what I mean? Like that was literally my response. Like, let me get back to you on that. So I was like, you know what? This will be a good time because at least I don't have to just be me in a room full of strangers. At least I have some of my friends. So if some shit pop off, honey, I got a little backup. You know what I mean? Like, because typically, you know, you get introduced to the cast like in a small setting and it's just like me with these strangers and those people already know each other, but they don't know me. So how they react to me and how they respond to me, I'm going to have to deal with it by myself. But at least, honey, I have my guard dogs with me. I have my friends with me. So I was literally upstairs getting my makeup done and getting ready the whole time while they're just walking around. I'm watching the episode. This man done opened my door. I'm like, what are you going? Like, why would he open my door? Like,
right. I mean, okay. So as an audience member watching, it was like, it's like somebody coming into your home and white gloving you, right? They're like, oh, this and like, you know, and I think, you know, and when you came out, it was almost like, let's give her our seal of approval. So, you know, we kind of like excuse us because we sitting back listening. Right. We hear what they saying.
Right. Which is so funny that like as a viewer, you notice that because they tried to make it seem as though I was trying to like give everybody like a test run or this or that. All because when I was in the scene prior to that and I was doing Hershey's hair, I was like, well, what kind of people are you trying to invite? And that was just a real question. Like, this is my real house that I really live in. You know what I mean? I have to lay my head down here. My valuables are here. My personal belongings are here. So I'm not inviting y'all to an event space. This is my home. So I want to make sure that you only bring the people that's not going to bring no drama, not going to bring no nonsense, because I'm not having it and my friends are not having it. Like, you come here and you cause some stuff, honey, like somebody's going to drag you out of here in a way you don't want to be dragged out of here. So they tried to make it seem as though, I was being bitchy. Like, well, who are you going to invite? What kind of people are these? Them is real questions you ask somebody. Like, you know what I mean? You're having a party like, oh, well, can I bring a friend or two? Well, who are the friends?
And usually it's a +1. And usually you would have met like most of the group before. But these mother duckers done sat down at your table and like they giving you their seal of approval. And then we was like, huh? It don't work that way.
And then get mad at me because I'm asking questions about what the hell's going, like, why are you wearing this? What are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, okay. So I think there was one person here. I don't remember his name.
That didn't dress in a dress code?
Yes.
Fly King, aka Ian,
because he had the glasses like this, and it was the Dolce Gabbana. And that threw everybody damn off because the look was cute. It would have been a cute look, but you don't do DG like that.
Right.
You don't do
No,
it
absolutely.
So
yeah, so it was, it was interesting because, like you said, like I come downstairs. They cut out a lot of stuff, so you guys, it's not in real time for you guys. So what happened was my mom called me downstairs. I came downstairs. I went outside. I greeted everybody because literally people have been here for hours, and I was upstairs for a long time.
Let me ask you one thing. Why didn't they have them mingling with the people before you came instead of just?
They just never showed that part. They were outside mingling. Some of the people that were here like knew some of my friends that were outside, so they were outside communicating with people. So it's just kind of the way that they break it up. But yeah, when they came, they took them outside, they got them some drinks, they sat around, they did whatever, So they're just basically, it was the party started at 2 and didn't end till like 2 a.m. So, clearly they can't show all that. So they kind of have to like chop it up and make it more so about the cast members as opposed to my actual friends, which is funny to me because that's fine. I get it. But then I'm reading some of the comments and they're like, well, if this is a Friendsgiving, where are the people at? And I was like, are y'all serious?
Because it's like you were having an event, but it's still focused on the cast.
It's still focused on the cast, right? I'm like, when I first walk outside, you see 2 of my friends sitting down. You see one of my other friends standing up and I hug him. You see me go hug a couple of other people. Like, you see me interact with some of my people. And then, boom, it cuts to now it's back to the cast. But it's like, guys, the party was outdoors. The party was outside. We sat in my dining room to get to know each other and to chat. So, of course, you're not going to see the people, honey. Like, we can't have people walking in and out, making noise, talking while we're trying to talk. You know what I mean? So it's just like, come on now. Y'all got to read a little bit more into it. Like, y'all wanted to see us have a private conversation in front of 50 people outside. Like, we wasn't going to do that.
Well, you look great. You look gorgeous when you came down, the dress and everything. But how was it? What do you think about each of the individuals? Like, so we just saw that initial meeting, but how?
I think so. Hershey, I had met in my salon, and so me and Hershey had already kind of like clicked on meet number one. When I first met Andre, I was like, oh, he looks nice, you know what I mean? Like, and he was cool. He was like, oh my God, your home is so lovely. Everybody when I first met them was cool, you know what I mean? And so that's the thing. Like, when they see us sitting down at the table, that wasn't the first time that I had spoken to them. You know what I mean? I greeted them when I came downstairs. Okay. They were outside. I went outside. I greeted them. I walked around. I got a drink from the bar. You know what I mean? So it's looking as though this is the first moment that I ever spoke to them. But I spoke. I said hello. So, the way it works is like they still have to set a scene. You know what I mean? Like it's reality TV and it's real things that are happening. But they're not just filming me walking through the party, talking to them like, oh, hey, it's nice to meet you. They're like, okay, boom, you guys, now we're going to reset the cameras. We're going to go in here. We're going to sit down and we're going to have a scene. You know what I mean? So it was a scene. So you guys are looking at it as like, the viewers are looking at it as like, these are the first words that I've spoken to these people. And I'm like, we've already said hello to one another. And I already been clocked this outfit that wasn't the right color a long time ago. I just didn't say nothing. Now, you got to think, it's been 2 hours into the party. I done had some drinks because I was upstairs having drinks. I done came down, I done had some drinks. So now I'm just like, well, now that we're getting to actually talk to one another and it's not in front of everyone, because I could have embarrassed you outside in front of everyone about your outfit. I'm asking you in the privacy of this little conversation, why did you feel it was not necessary to adhere to the dress code? I didn't think nothing was wrong with the question.
I didn't think so either, but he did not like it. And then,
they're talking about when they got the invite. Honey, that party was planned a long time ago. I sent the invite to Hershey weeks before. So, but you still have time to go to the store and get something.
Listen, anybody that wear a DG like that, you had time to plan something. He was just ignoring what you asked. I mean, I just feel like he was like, disregarding, like, who the hell are you to tell us what to wear? Oh, well.
Exactly. And I think that as the season plays out, like, we'll get to that more because it definitely comes up more than just that one time. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, in that moment, I was just like, okay, boom, I'm not going to dwell on it because, let's move on. You know what I mean? And the people, it's so funny because I was like, let me give you a hug first. Let me embrace you. Let me thank you for coming to my home. You know what I mean? And then let me call this out and then let's move on. Because that's just how I roll. Like, let's call a thing and then let's move on with our lives. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But you'll definitely hear it come up a couple more times before the season's over. And we'll because we never had an actual conversation about it. And I had questions.
But you know, if you go to Diddy's party, the all white, and you're not in uniform or in the dress code, you will be ushered out. So
Exactly, and that's the thing. And people were saying that in the chat, like you should have just asked him to leave. You should have kicked him out. And I was like, well, I wasn't gonna be rude like that. I've never
yeah,
met this man before. I'm not bitchy in that sense to where it's like,
right.
oh, you don't want to wear the color, bitch, get the hell out. No, it's just like I'm gonna say it. Like we all are noticing it. We all see that you don't have it on. So I'm gonna be the only bold one, I guess, that's gonna be like, now why you didn't want to wear nude?
I didn't think that. I didn't feel like you were being bitchy. It's just something that should be addressed. You guys are on a reality show. How dare you walk your ass up in here when
my nice party, right? And the people are like, oh, she's talking about him. Da, da, da. I never said whether I thought the sweatshirt was cute or ugly. I never said whether I thought it was cheap or expensive. I never said whether the outfit made me happy in my spirit. All I simply commented on was the fact that it was not the right color palette. That's it. I could see if I was like, now you came in here looking tacky and ugly, and why the hell do you have that on? And that outfit is not cute, and I would never wear. You see what I'm saying? I could see if I came at him like that. But all I said was green, nude, not the same. That's all I said. You know what I mean?
I think you handled.
But you can never, you can never please everybody. So somebody's always gonna have a problem with something. So it's like you damned if you do and damned if you don't. That's what you have to understand about this reality space. You know what I mean? Like we put ourselves out there for people to have judgments and to have opinions and things of that nature. So it's like, okay, I had to, like, this was my first little wake up call, and I had to wake up very quickly because I was literally going through these comments like, well, damn, like this how y'all feel? Like, bitch, I just stepped on the scene.
How do you handle the comments? Because I'm sure there's some positive press, and then there's some people, I'm sure they're negative. You're gorgeous, so I'm sure there's some haters. It don't matter, hell, they say Beyonce's ugly. So how do you deal with haters?
I think that I try to handle them very well. I think that my first mistake was attempting to try to like clear things up. And I kind of just, and I had to talk to my people. I had to talk to my team. I had to talk to people that love me, my family, my supporters. And they were just like, you don't have to clear nothing up. You know what I mean? Like, you are who you are. We know who you are, and they'll eventually get to see who you are. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they kept trying to paint it like I'm a mean girl. And I'm just like, bitch, wasn't nothing mean about that. To invite strangers to your home, there's nothing mean about that. To invite one person.
Wait, are you talking about the cast? Or are you talking about the viewers?
The viewers, they tried to make it as though I was a mean girl. Like, you know what I mean? They had a problem with me saying that Hershey's wig was dry. And I'm just like, well, sweetheart, Hershey said that to me. Hershey, when she came in with the wig, she handed it to me in a grocery store bag. And she said, please, I know, sis, this wig is so dry and tatted. But if there's anything that you can do, like, I would appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, I just need something. I have a show, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So when you say it to me, then that means to me that it's open season that I could say it too. You know what I mean? Like, you beat me to the punch.
I just felt like you were being a little humorous, just a little humor. I think you did call it a Party City wig.
It was giving me a Party City wig, like.
Yeah, you did say that, but it's okay. Hell, this is this ain't Party City, child. But
you know what I mean. But it was fun shade. You know what I mean. Like that's the thing. Exactly. It was fun shade. I mean, it wasn't like a custom wig, and it was so funny because even in my confessional, like when I said the Party City wig thing, the wig that I held up was actually a wig I was going to wear in a confessional, and I just so happened to have it there because my stylist was going to style it right there. And I was like, oh, hand me that wig real fast. You know what I mean? So I was trying to make light of the moment. I was trying to give a little something like, look, I could have just gave you this wig. You know what I mean? This is a custom wig from Nicole Sellers collection, and I could have just gave you this wig. You know what I mean? Like, so it was a fun moment, and people just want to find something wrong with people.
Well, plug the wigs, because my daughter calls this a Dora wig. So
I love the Dora haircut.
Am I giving Dora?
I love the little Dora haircut. Anytime it's like a blunt little short bob, it's a Dora. But I love the Dora haircut. I'm gonna have to make my way to LA to have you get in my. I got you, boo. If y'all notice, honey, in the first scene with me and my best friend, honey, she had the Dora haircut, honey. I gave her the Dora haircut. Like, we love a good Dora around here.
You love a good Dora?
We love the Dora, honey.
Well, tell us where we can get the wigs.
So here's the thing. So we're working on the wig line, but I have, Nicole Ray hair, which is my luxury extensions line. So we can make a wig for you if you purchase the bundles and you want to have it turned into a wig. I have a wig maker on my team, and we can make the wig for you. We're thinking about coming out with just a wig line so that they're already, in place and whatnot. But right now we just custom make them to whatever anybody wants. You know what I mean? So we have the bundles. because we sell them for, you know, your installs and things of that nature. But if you want it to be a wig instead of getting a weave, then we can absolutely do that for you.
Okay, so after we get off of here, let me put the wig on your website in the
Okay, absolutely, yeah.
so people can know where they can.
Right, so they can know where they can order some hair, honey. Okay, baby, because they gotta get their Nicole Ray hair, honey. Okay, put that thing in, honey.
I gotta get the Nicole Ray. Look, as a matter of fact, I saw there's a lady on Sisters. Is that the show?
KJ,
What's her name again? I'm sorry.
KJ. Her real name is KJ Smith, but yeah, she plays Andy on Sisters.
Yes, I saw her on your IG. Beautiful. I'm like,
Thank you.
Because your site, it says stylist to the celebrities. So tell us about that. And now,
you know, I've been doing that for quite some time, honey. You know, I started off with just like photo shoots and campaigns and things of that nature. I've done a few movies. I've done music videos, hair for music videos. But yeah, I mean, they're just a upper echelon type of client. You know what I mean? Like, all clients to me are created equal. You know what I mean? Like, I love my celebrity clients just like I love my regular clients. I think my celebrity clients, you know, they give you more notoriety, but my regular clients keep me down to earth. They keep me sharp on my toes. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to celebrity hair, we don't get to take as many chances. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a look that you have to go for. You know, you have to think like, the person who did Oprah's hair is probably a super millionaire, but Oprah had the same hair every day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sharpen your tools doing the same thing all the time. You know what I mean? So for me, that's a good source of income to curl Oprah's hair every single day. But it's the same. It's repetitive. You know what I mean? It's when I'm in the salon that I keep my feet to the ground to know what's new, what's trending, what's going on, what's this, what's that. You know what I mean? It's where you get to take more chances. Because a lot of times when it comes to TV, we don't get to take a lot of chances. You know what I mean? If a woman is playing a doctor on TV, she can't have her hair doing all these magical things. She can't have all these magical colors. So, you know, you kind of put inside of a box when it comes to stuff like that. But it's fun though. You know what I mean? You get to travel certain places. You get to go certain places. You get to meet certain people, you know. But it's definitely... I feel like you work harder. It's good money. The money is awesome, but I definitely feel like you work harder. You know what I mean? Like, cause just doing hair, like we did a Lexus shoot, and when I tell you I had to comb the same piece of hair 1,000 times, cause it's like every time she moves and something messed up, I gotta run back in, I gotta comb it, you know what I mean? As opposed to at my salon, I could just do your hair, baby, and send you on your way, on to the next, and I'm out. You know what I mean? But on that, honey, it's like, okay, boom, let me comb this back down. Oh my God, it's a frizz, it's a flyaway. Let me go get that down. You know what I mean? Especially because we were shooting that like outside in the elements. You know what I mean? So you got the wind, you got the mist, you got the this, you got the that. But it's fun. You know, I love it. I love to be able to meet new people. I love to be able to add new things to my repertoire, especially someone like KJ, who I actually enjoy her show. Like prior to working for her, I was a fan. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it was low key like a fan out moment, honey. And I was like, what, you want me? Oh, okay, thank you. Like, you know, because for me, and she says it to me all the time, she's like, you're very humble for as successful as you are. You know what I mean? Because I don't think of myself like, even when I'm like, oh, you know, oh, this person, I know this person, I've worked with this person. I'm not like in your face with it. Like, oh yeah, I do this person's hair, I do that person's hair. To me, it's just like, this is what I love to do. So because I love to do it, I don't think about it that way. So other people have to bring it to my attention. Like, oh my God, you did that. Like, that's amazing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like,
and also, I guess having celebrity clients that, I mean, I'm sure some of them don't mind you talking about it, but some of them may want some, you know, privacy, as they would say.
It's a lot of that. Hey, let me tell you, and I didn't notice all the privacy that the people wanted, honey, until I got on this show, and I was like, well, do you think I could bring the cameras here with me while I'm doing this? And they was like, absolutely not.
Oh, really? Wait, they like, you're not going to show them with, show my little...
It wasn't necessarily even that. I think that for certain people in their careers, certain things is not what they want to be a part of their brand. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, there's a stigma behind reality TV that a lot of it is like messy and ratchet and things of that nature. So it's kind of like, even though that wouldn't be going on in the scenes with us, it's just kind of like they can't have me doing their hair and us having a peaceful conversation, and then the next scene is fussing and fighting and this and this and that, and it's just kind of like it all ends up being meshed together. You know what I mean? Like,
because
so
that might not be their brand.
That might not be their brand. It might not be their look. And I have to respect that. You know what I mean? Like everybody, you know what I mean? Like everyone's brand and everybody's, you know, level of things are different. You know what I mean? So, but they always repost me. They tag me. You know what I mean? They like my stuff. They support me. So, and that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about what can you do for me, honey. It's about genuinely supporting me and supporting me. You know what I mean? Long as the checks keep coming in, baby, we ain't got to film nothing you don't want to film.
Exactly, right? As long as the checks start coming in. Because
As
I
long as the
noticed
check clears.
when I saw her on your site, I recognized her, but you didn't have something like I did, celebrities, but some people do. Now, let me ask you this. Is there a particular celebrity that you would like to do? Is there somebody on your wish list?
Oh, let me think. Who would I like to do?
Because they say Miss Minaj is definitely difficult, though.
Yeah, and I don't want nobody difficult. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I like literally like the people that I've worked with, thank goodness, knock on wood, honey. They have been so sweet and so down to earth. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't probably want to be there if you give me like this like uppity type of attitude or like don't talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? She and I literally like shoot the shit while I'm doing her hair. You know what I mean? Like I've done like Gladys Knight's hair before, honey, and she just wants to sit on her computer and not pay you no mind.
Okay, just do my hair.
And it's not like she's trying to be bitchy. It's just like, she don't wanna fraternize. She just wanna get her hair done and go on about her business. You know what I mean? Like I literally like worked with Lisa Ray before, honey, and this heifer was in there making hamburgers right when I pulled up. She was like, hold on, let me wash my hands and I'm gonna shake your hand. You know what I mean? So people like that, you know what I mean? Even though people think like, oh, she's bitchy and she's this, she's that. I'm like, this lady came to the door, honey, opened up the door, honey, with hamburger on her hand. Like, hold on, give me 1 second. I want to give you a hug, but it's hamburger on my hand. You know what I mean? So it's just like, but who would I like to work with? That is the awesome question. Let me think about my shows I be watching because I want to work with people that I be watching on the shows. You know who I would like to work with that I think will be cool because she always does different things with her hair. And when I tell you, like, she's the most non-girliest girly girl, Queen Latifah.
Oh, I love Queen Latifah.
Because Queen Latifah, if you guys have noticed, like from the elevation of Queen Latifah's beginning of her career to now, her hair is always amazing and it's always different. You know what I mean? Like it's always something different, So I would love to work with her because she's so like, even though her persona, like she's not a girly girl in real life, I know that for a fact. You know what I mean? But she always keeps her hair done. It's always a different kind of hairstyle. It's always, a different this. I mean, I would have said Beyonce, honey, but I just want to be a fan. I just want to fan out. I probably wouldn't be able to contain myself. You know what I mean?
Wait, you don't think you wouldn't do what? I'm not saying you
I would. If she called me, I would, honey, but I would probably fan out. Like I would have a whole fan out moment first. And then I was like, okay, sorry about that. You know what I mean? And then for that, I think because I admire her so much, I would probably like be in my head the whole time, like, oh my God, please don't mess this up. Oh my God, please don't mess this up. Oh my God, please don't. You know what I mean? Like I would be in my head so much,
What about some of the young girls, Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, some of those girls?
I probably think I could work with Cardi B, honey. She seems like she'll be cool as shit. Megan seems like she'll be cool. You know what I mean? Like they seem like we'll have a cocktail, I'll do their hair, and we'll be like shooting the shit. You know what I mean? Like they seem like the type that we'll become friends after that, and we'll just be like, like I could literally pick up my phone right now and text KJ and be like, hey girl, how's it going? How's your day going? What you doing?
Okay. So you like to have that clientele. Now give me one man. Give me like mine would be Idris Elba if I could do hair. See, I've always wanted to do nails. I wanted to be a nail tech.
Okay.
So who would you do if you could do? Wait, honey, do you do
I know how to do male grooming, like, so if it's like a photo shoot or something like that and they just need me to line it up and make it look presentable for the camera, like I don't want to do no real life haircuts for no men because men are actually more finicky than women are. Men are actually more, they be like, the line is not straight right here. You know what I mean? Like men, because with women, a flat iron is a flat iron. Curls are curls. Once you curl it and make it do what it do, it's not that. But men be like, look at this line right here. Look at this line right here. They be like, the shadow on this side is a little bit better than the shadow. You know what I mean? Men are actually more finicky than women and people don't notice that. But because they think that women are very bitchy, but it's not. Men, when it comes to their hair, are definitely more finicky. I would like to work with, like right now, honey, I'm in love with Zach on Sisters, DeVille, honey.
Oh, stop. Have you met him yet?
I have not, and I'm so in love, honey, and I would like to do his hair. Even though I know he's married with a whole bunch of kids, honey, it's just, A, I like him on the show. B, I like him in real life. Like, he just seems like such a cool, down-to-earth, sweet man, because when you see him with his wife and his kids, and it's just like, this is a good man, Savannah. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like, he's a super good dude. But let me see. So I would like to do him, and then let me see who else. Let me think of somebody who's probably single that I could hump on Let's
see. Wait, Idris is too old for you, huh?
No, I would hump him absolutely.
Idris is a cutie.
I would do Michael B. Jordan, honey, even though he's ran through a little bit now because he was with Lori Harvey, but I would, cut on his head and cut on him, honey.
We kind of mad at Michael since they broke up.
I think it's her fault though. I feel like it was her fault. She the one keep.
Well,
we have not heard about him in no media about makeup and breakups and things of that nature. So it got to be her fault.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, Nicole. Okay, so we getting off of you for just a second, but we got to come back to you. They say that Michael B. Jordan don't like sisters now.
Well, she was black.
They said that was just for the media hype, because remember all the drama that had. I'm the pop culture queen. So he had dated like other races and said that he wasn't just into African American women. So because of that, and it was Wakanda was just about to come out.
Oh, okay, so he needed a black girlfriend to make it look good.
Right. So I don't know. Huh?
I'm light skinned. I'm light skinned.
No, he might like you, but we just saying because if we're not your preference, run along.
Right. Absolutely, honey. If you don't want me, I want the people that want me. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's all. Like, and it's funny. I ain't really been lusting over too many celebrity men these days. I ain't lusted over nobody in a minute. I'm trying to think to my TV and what I've been watching and who I've been lusting over.
Well, is there anybody on the cast that you've been lusting over that we haven't seen yet on Chasing Reality?
You'll see like some little fling-a-ding dings, honey. Some little fling-a-ding dings, honey, with one or two of them,
Oh, wait. So, I'm also a fan of, and I've been in his chat and everything before, of Official King Payne.
Okay.
I think he's a cutie.
He is. He's cute and he's a sweetheart.
Is he tall too? Because he look like he got a little height.
He's probably like my height, I think. Yeah.
What's your height?
Well, he's like a little bit taller than me because I'm like 5'9.5", almost 5'10". Okay. So I want to say he's like 5'11" or something like that. So he's not super tall, but he's not short. I think because I have a picture of me and him standing next to each other, and he's still like taller than me, and I have on heels, so he might be like 6 feet.
Now, what I've seen is like because I watched him last season.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it looks like but and I like Official King Payne, but it looks like there's some drama. There's going to be some drama surrounding him.
Like, it is, I think it's drama surrounding everybody. Like, I think everyone on the show has had like some kind of moment of drama this season. You know what I mean? Like, never heard of this show, but blessing Tebow. Oh, so thank you.
Nicole Ray, she's one of the breakout stars, the Queen Bee on Chasing Reality LA. And you can find, is it only on YouTube or does it air on something else as well?
No, you can find it right on YouTube. On YouTube. Just go to Chasing Reality, type in Chasing LA. Yeah. But I feel like everybody's had some kind of drama this season. You know what I mean? Like King Payne has had some issues. First of all, the first part of the season, they were hashing out the drama from last season. You know what I mean? So that took up like the first little part. Then it seems as though to me like they sucked us new people into their old drama from last season. You know what I mean? So you'll see that like in the episodes to come that they like kind of, pull us into it or whatnot. But he don't have too much. I think he comes out, on the top. Like there's definitely probably some that have more drama than others.
Because I saw because I was laughing.
Me, I don't know.
He bought somebody's LLC, right? And
he did, and the thing is so funny to me. Like they literally talked about this for the whole summer break, the whole first part of the season, the whole, you know what I mean? Like it was talked about for so long, and it's so funny.
Wait a minute, but wait, let me interrupt you. If I bought your LLC, you probably be talking about it for a whole summer too. You would.
Well, here's the thing, though. I'm a business person, so I know how business works. If you bought that LLC, baby, have it. LLCs don't make no money. If you're not actively working it or using it, it's not going to make no money. And the LLC, yes, it's $800 to purchase it, and it's $800 per year to keep it. You know what I mean? So nobody's going to continuously invest $800 every year to it. To me, I would have just laughed at it because I'm like, okay, boom. Like, unless you're trying to really incorporate something and get a tax ID and get some business credit and this and that, like it was just a piece of paper. So I get it. It was very shady.
It was shady.
It was very shady, honey. But I told Andre, I was like, you gave them the moment they were looking for. You know what I mean? Your reaction of, oh my God, I can't believe they did this. Like, I would have laughed at it like, oh, okay.
Well, that's because what you just explained, you understand it. But
I understand business. Exactly. Because I understand business and I understand that an LLC is just a piece of paper. Like it doesn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any money unless you're actively using it. And so they're not going to actively use this man's LLC because use it for what? Like what they going to do with it?
Okay, but it's his brand, and just for somebody being that shady will piss the average person off.
It's very shady. Absolutely, it's very shady. But I feel like the people were not asking the right questions. Like, why weren't you on top of your business? You know what I mean? Like, I can't get mad at somebody if I'm out here doing hair under the red carpet hair studio and somebody goes and purchases my LLC because I didn't handle my business.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So it's always like a two-parter. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, okay, they did this, but basically they just wasted their money. But also, why weren't you on top of your business? Like, it's your business. Be on top of your business. Like, McDonald's is not going to let nobody swoop in and buy McDonald's. It's their business, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
So I guess we'll see it play out, and then we'll see what happens, how it's resolved, if it's resolved.
yeah, we'll see it play out. We'll see how it resolves. You know, you'll get to see. I mean, I think that they definitely, like, a lot of the people from the past seasons hashed out a lot of their stuff. Now there's like new issues with us, new people, and this and that. I don't know if it's gonna get hashed out this season, honey. Might get hashed out next season. Might not never get hashed out. You know, I'm not really a hasher outer. That's the thing. I don't really hash shit out.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this light.
Oh, you good? Yeah,
but
I don't really hash stuff out. If I don't like something, I don't like it.
That's how I am too. What is there to hash?
Right. It's kind of unfortunate in this setting. Like, I have to retrain my brain in this setting because we still have to work together. You know what I mean? And that's the difference for me, like, stepping into this reality world. Because it's like in my real life, honey, once I'm dead something and cut you off, you're literally cut off. I don't ever need to see you again. You know what I mean? And if I do see you, I don't got to speak to you. I don't got to act like I know you. I don't got to none of that. You know what I mean? And that's just like my real life reaction. Like, once I don't fool with somebody, I just don't fool with them.
Well, let me ask you this. You have a successful salon, successful hairline. What made you want to transition into reality TV? Because you know it can be very messy.
It was a publicity thing.
Okay. That was smart. So just to
it was right. Here's the thing. They keep showing my hair salon. My hair salon is the talk of the town right now. The nude at the thing is the talk of the town. The more they talk about me, the more they're going to learn about my salon. The more they learn about me holding this wig up, shaking it, talking about, I could have made you a wig from this, honey. The people are going to want to buy this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's a platform that gets to thousands of people, more people than I can reach. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. So let's run up my social media presence. Let's run up people wanting to come to the salon. And it was a win for me and for my team. If my salon wins, my team wins. You know what I mean? If my hairline wins, everybody who works for the hairline, everybody who has something to do with the hairline, they win. So it was just a win-win situation. You know what I mean? But because you know, I mean, why else? Like, and I'm funny and I'm entertaining. Like, you know, I am hilarious.
When I see you online, and I've seen a lot of the things that you've posted, you always include your girls. That's something that a lot of people don't do. We as women don't stick together and want people to win with us. I see you. Like, I've seen your birthday parties and I gotta come to one of the events. Actually, I'm gonna invite myself.
I got you, boo. The events be ill.
But I see you having I don't know if those just your girls, your team, the people you work with, but I always see you guys as a group and a team, and I love seeing that. A lot of us, it's like, it's gotta be just me. I'm only going to shine, but all y'all be having, everything is like big for everybody.
It's big for everybody. And that's always been so important to me. And that's why it's funny to me, like, when people say certain things, because my whole thing is like this. If I win, everybody around me is going to win. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the MC Hammer thing. Like, MC Hammer, when he got on, honey, he took his whole entire squad with him. The man went broke trying to pay everybody because he's like, I want everybody to win. I ain't going to go broke trying to make everybody win. But here's the thing. If I can use my name and get you on a platform, like the very first scene you see me step into, you see my best friend. She manages my salon. So now they're like, oh my God, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? You know what I mean? Like, she had an iconic moment in the first scene that people are still talking about, honey. She was like, you just going to invite a random person. You know what I mean? And now people are like, oh my God, we saw you. Yeah. So it's like, for me, you're not a true boss if you're not helping other people boss up. It can't just be about me. I can't be the only one that's winning. I want my whole team to win, so that way we can all be at the same level at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, bosses hang with bosses. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And so for me, it was important, like I said, for me to do this for myself, but as well as for my team. You know, that's why I'm like, boom, we're filming a scene. Come on, I need you. We're doing this. Come on, I need you. We're doing this. Come on, I need you. Like,
and I've even seen your mom in it. I've seen
absolutely, honey.
That's beautiful.
Because she got to be right there, honey. She and my best friend are the only things that could keep me, like, you know,
Grounded.
woosah, you know what I mean? So you'll
Yeah.
see them quite a bit throughout this season, honey. Like literally, like they gonna be like, damn, do this broad take her mama everywhere? And I do.
That I love it. I love it. That's how it should be. Who?
Like
I
you guys will
mean,
literally see like there's only probably a few moments that I'll be like, if there's a way I can insert my mama, honey, insert her, insert my best friend, they will be inserted. You know what I mean? Like there's
that's
a
so
bunch of times
sweet.
when it's just me and the cast members, but you'll see when this week comes up, honey, you'll see my mama again. You'll see my best friend again, honey. You know, so I mean that's just what it's all about for me, honey. Like let's all win. You know what I mean? Like let me take everybody with me. I'm the one on contract, but I'm like, let me make sure if y'all can see me, y'all can see them.
So y'all win as a team.
We win as a team, like exactly, like we're literally a team. If we all win, then we all win. You know what I mean? Like if one don't got it, the other one got it. If one can do what they got to do to get them all, you know what I mean? Kim Kardashian did what she did, honey, and now her whole
Whole
family
family.
is millionaires. Her entire family is a millionaire based upon what she did.
So basically, you planning on building an empire. So are you? I mean, I know I'm not asking you your products because I'm sure they're gonna be trade secrets. But are you looking to just launch this big mega hair platform, or are you thinking about possibly getting more into acting and media, or where you going?
Honestly, for me, I would like to like branch out of the hair thing just a little bit. Like I would still like to do it because I love to do it, but I would love like to get something, I don't mind the reality space. I like the reality space. I think that if I continue on this journey with this platform, that's good. But I also would like to branch into something that's more based around like myself and my circle, you know what I mean? Or the
Yes.
things that I have going on, whether it be the salon, like just a day in the life of a black hair salon is entertaining. You see what I'm
Trust me, I
saying?
grew up in them.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
why
So
we're
just
that's why
just the
we're
day in
big.
the right, just the day in the life of that is entertaining. So for me, like I don't mind a little piece of drama, you know what I mean? I'm not here for arguing and fussing and fighting with
Yeah.
people, like because I definitely didn't sign up to do that. Now it has happened a little bit on the show, but I would like to have, I would like to have fun drama. You know what I mean? I would like to have,
Right.
oh my God, somebody got their hair messed up. We got to try to fix it drama. You know what I mean? Or, oh my God, let's laugh at what's going on. Or let's laugh at somebody, or let's just giggle and have girl chat about that and whatnot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I would like to get more into like, my businesses, helping people with their businesses, the sky's the limit, I honestly think. You know what I mean? Like, because I got a
Absolutely.
lot of knowledge and I think that it's up to us when we get to certain places in life to help other people get to those places. Like, I don't want to be the only one up here. If I could show you how to open a business and how to not go through some of the things I went through, let's do it. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how
I
you win in
agree.
life. That's how
I
you win,
agree.
by giving back.
Sometimes it's like, well, for me, I'm in cybersecurity right outside of this, and when I first started doing this, there weren't a lot of black women doing this cyber, right? So it's like to see more of us, or just like you're saying, to even be surrounded by people who you don't have to change the way you speak, people who
Right.
understand who you are. It feels good not to be the only one at the table and having people look at you like you didn't say privacy, you didn't say privacy.
Right.
You get
Exactly.
tired of
So
that code switching.
right. So that's really what it is. So I hope to, take this and parlay it into more seasons on this show, seasons in my own show, seasons on some other shows. I think there's a lot more of Nicole Ray that the people would like to see.
Absolutely. Listen, already. I mean, just seeing you look, you've already brought the luxuriation to the show.
Right.
Let's even focus on that, because now I just got the feeling when they was there looking around, you was a little bit more extravagant than they even anticipated. Like
And I
this,
was. And I
like she,
was.
like she's more than what? What? It was just a. Where did they think they was going?
I think, here's the thing. I don't know what you know what I mean? I wasn't, in control of like how they got the invites or what was. So I just told her that it was okay to bring some people. And so I don't know, like, maybe they looked me up online, maybe they didn't, maybe they did a little research, maybe they didn't. So I just think that because of, if you watched last season, and I hate to say certain things, but I'm just like, they weren't used to
But I
what they were
watched that
stepping
season.
into. They
I
weren't
watched
used
that
to.
season, and honestly, just coming into your home, it was like it was on a. How do I say it politely?
Right. It was just on a different level.
It was yeah. Because I don't want them dragging me. Because they're going to be dragging
Right.
me.
And because they love to drag, and it was like, they called me an elitist, honey. They said that I think I'm better than them. Like the people in the chat, this is what they're saying. And I'm just like, well, when did I ever say that? Like, I don't honestly think I'm better than anybody. Like, I literally get up every day and bust my butt every single day. You know what I mean? Like, I literally work hard. I'm 9 times out of 10, the first person in the salon, the last person to leave. I'm cleaning up. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, yes, there are nice things that I deserve and I have in my life because I worked hard for them. And I'm not going to apologize for having a nice home. Like, if I bought this house 3.5 years ago, like, I worked hard to get this thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but when they were coming to when they were okay, that's like, when they were on the way to the home, they know the neighborhoods. Don't they know the neighborhoods? Didn't they know where they were going?
Well, and then that's another thing. So I literally live probably like an hour away from all of them. Like, I live way on the outskirts in the suburbs because that's where you could go to get more bang for your buck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be in the heart of what's going on because, like, you take this 6-bedroom house and throw it in the heart of what's going on, $1.2 million. Easy. You know what I mean?
Nicole, say that again. How many bedrooms did we hear?
6.
Oh, Lord, child, you ain't gonna have no friends. Heaven don't hurt them. Wait,
and I don't even need all these rooms.
So I'm about to say, do you make reservations? Tonight I'll sleep in this room, and the next night I'll be in that room.
Like, so let me tell you. So it was I don't even know how. So I do know how I ended up with this house. So when I came from like a 3-bedroom townhouse, and then we outgrew it. We literally outgrew it. You know what I mean? Like, we had so much stuff. We would have parties all the time. Like, so we literally outgrew the space. So then I was like, okay, boom, we need a new house. So when I went to look at the model homes, they had one home and it was like the biggest one that they had. And it's a 5-bedroom, but they had an option to add like a mother-in-law suite onto it, which made it a 6-bedroom. So I was like, okay, well, I just want this because I want it for my mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's me and my mom, and I want her to have her own space. Even though, like, without the mother-in-law suite, there was another bedroom and another bathroom downstairs, but the bathroom downstairs was like a community bathroom. And I was like, my mom can't share the bathroom with everybody when they come over to go, hang out, this and that. Like, she needs her own space, her own bathroom. So then it became a 6-bedroom house. So then I'm like, okay, well, I can have a guest room. I have some god kids. They can have a room. I have an office. I have a little workout room / other room. But like, literally we've literally run out of space now in this house. And I'm just like, we got to stop buying shit. Like,
now you need a little mansion, child. Now
I do. And I do. I would like to get like a custom home, like to where I can design it exactly how I want it. You know what I mean? Because there's certain spaces and certain things that I'm like, I didn't need this space over here, but it could have worked out over here. You know what I mean? Like, so my next home definitely is going to be like something that I can customize all the way. Like, I came in and picked the fixtures and things of that nature. Like, you get to pick the cabinets and you get to pick the floors and you get to pick the this, but you don't get to pick out like, I would like a room here that's this size. I would like this room over here that's this size. I don't need this space, but I want this space. You know what I mean? So
they were a little bit shocked to see that you were.
They were definitely shocked. Then you got to think they come in and the first thing they see, because you walk in my home and it's the dining room area where we were sitting down talking. But as soon as they pass past that, when they're in my living room, kitchen area, there's a private chef in here cooking the food.
I think I saw somebody cooking. I think
there was a private chef there making the food. Then they go outside and it's champagne walls and it's balloon garland and it's tables with decor and it's a full bar and there's, this and this and that. And they're just like, oh, where are you?
I've seen because I follow you and I've seen you post events that you've had before, but now I realize that that's your home. I thought it was at like a facility, like an event center. Like, because I've seen you do things before and it's like the lights and everything. And then I'm like, this is in the same place that she's
the same place, right?
That's huge.
Yeah, so I typically use my backyard for a lot of stuff. Like and here's the thing, like I like to rent spaces and things of that nature, but I was like, well, shit, I bought this big ass house. I'm a party girl. I like parties, so I need to get the bang out of my butt. Like, why spend $5,000 to rent an event space when I got a big ass backyard? I got a nice house. You know what I mean? Like, even when we had my anniversary party for my salon, I was going to rent an event space because I was like, I want space. I want everybody to be able to invite however many people they want to invite. But because of COVID, it was over at the time, but all the event spaces were booked up for years. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, as soon as they lifted the ban and people could start having parties and events and stuff like that, like everything. So I was like, you know what? Boom, let's gut the salon out. Let's take all the chairs out. Let's take all the stations out. Let's take everything out. Let's just make it a blank canvas. And then let me come in and turn it into a party space.
Wow. Your salon.
Mm-hmm.
And then put everything back?
And then put everything back.
So where did you learn to do all this? I mean, hair is one thing, but where did you learn to do event planning? Because I've seen your stuff and it looks like, what?
I really don't know. Like, I just like stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be creative. So I'll just literally like order stuff online and then I'll start putting it together. Like, I'll see little ideas. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, like if I put these flowers like this and these flowers like this, and this will be cute. Or if somebody gives me an idea, I'm like, oh my God, I can do this, you know? And it's therapeutic to me. You know what I mean? Like, I literally like do it in my downtime. That's why I tell people like in another life, I would like to open up an events company, but it does take a lot of work. So for me, if I know I'm having an event, like I have time to get things together. You know what I mean? Because I might make one centerpiece a week.
Really?
Just because I got time, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have a lot of free time. So I'll just be up late watching TV, honey, and I'll be like, let me stick a couple flowers in here. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me get my ideas together. You know what I mean? Like, my brain just be working. So, but I always tell people, if it gets to a point where I'm not doing hair as much, I would love to open up like an actual events company.
Well, you clearly have an eye or a knack for it. I saw the champagne wall. I hadn't seen that before. I mean, I've seen like the champagne fountains and stuff. But I thought that was unique. So are these your own ideas, or do you get?
I just be like thinking about stuff and I see stuff, and then I found like I saw a champagne wall like at another party before, like that a big event planner had done. I was like, oh, this is a cute little idea. Let me look about this. So then I was looking and I was like, people were renting them for like $200. People were renting them for like $150, $250, And then I was like, just on Facebook Marketplace, honey. And there was a lady that lives not too far from me that was like, she makes them custom. So I was like, well, if I spend $200 and rent it one time, or if I spend $200 and rent it two times, that's $400. She was only charging $350 to make it. I was like, well, let me just buy this shit and just have it. You know what I mean? Like
that. So
that's the reason why I need so much house, because it's literally full of stuff. Like, that's in my garage. Stuff is in my shed outside. It's a whole party room upstairs with all kind of stuff. Because I'd be like, well, what am I supposed to do with this stuff when I'm done with it? Like.
Well, what I've seen you post some stuff, and you and your girls like are taking like these photos, and they're like photo shoots. I'm like, well, damn, y'all on the set.
We do. Like, so we did a big photo shoot for the salon, for promotion for the salon. I did a couple of photo shoots for a couple magazines. Love your interview style. I'll be back to watch the replay so far. Loving it. Thank you. Hi,
Nicole.
Yeah, so I just like, I don't know where I came from. Like, my mom says it all the time. She'll be like, I don't know where you came from. I don't know. I just like stuff. And you know what I mean? The funny thing for me is that everything that I do really is not even about me. Like, I do certain things because I want everyone to have a good time. I throw parties so that everybody can come and like, it makes me happy for people to enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It makes me happy for people. I'm an only child, so I like company around me. So I'm like, everything, like literally I go above and beyond for the people. The people don't even care, honey. They'll come and sit down at any table with any kind of decoration on it. But I'm just like, I want you to feel good when you come here. I want you to be drunk. I want you to eat good. I want you to have a good time. And But so when I read these comments and people are like, oh, she's this and she's that and she thinks this about herself. And I'm like, dude, I literally go above and beyond for y'all so other people can have a good time. It ain't about me. I literally didn't eat at that party. That you don't get to see. I did not eat. Somebody made me a plate at my own brunch, but because I was running around trying to film and trying to greet my people and do this and do this and do this and that, somebody made me a plate. I set that thing down, honey. My mama threw it away on accident.
But Nicole, you have to remember that those comments about people saying you think you're all this, it's not, they're projecting. They don't know what you really think. They think that of you. So they think you all that. They probably feel like, oh, a lot of times people are intimidated.
Right.
And so when you look at another woman, and I mean, I'm older, so I've grown past that immaturity. But when you look at another woman and go, oh, she thinks she this and that, it's like, no, sis, you think she's that.
And that's what it is. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, anybody who knows me knows that I'm down to earth, honey. Baby, I go to Ross. Okay. Like, I like nice shoes and nice handbags. I like to go to nice places, but I don't care nothing about that, honey. I'm gonna wear these outfits one good time, maybe twice, and I'm gonna throw them away or I'm gonna donate them to somebody. So I'm gonna go to Ross, honey. I goes to the Wally World. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down to earth, honey. Like, I sneak my snacks into the movie theater. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not grand, honey. I'm just regular. But like, we have to retrain ourselves because I feel like as people sometimes we don't expect luxury from other people or we don't expect it from ourselves. Like, what is wrong with living a fabulous life? What is wrong with having luxury? What is wrong, you know what I mean, with having awesome things? We work hard as hell. What is wrong with having the things that we want in life? You know, like,
Well, listen, one thing about it, because I've done it in my own little life, don't let nobody make you play small. You appear to be bigger than life and luxuriating, as Wendy Williams would say. Do that. And for the
right.
people who can't, they need to step up. You can't.
Absolutely.
If you got nice things, I got some nice ish too. Yeah, I live in.
Right.
I ain't even gonna say because it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. And I'm not trying to be that way. But what I'm saying is, some people need you to play small. That's on them.
And that's exactly what it is. And I think that, they were thinking that, I was going to step onto this platform and I was going to humble myself or dumb myself down a little bit to be where the platform was at. And I was like, no, let's elevate the platform. They cast me for a reason. They knew who I was. They saw who I was. They looked at my social media. They asked me questions about what I had going on with my life. Like, they knew I was successful. They knew I was going to be that girl. And they were like, we need that this year. We need somebody that's going to represent for Los Angeles, for Hollywood. Like, how are we talking about that this is Chasing LA? And it's like, you know what I mean? We need the elevation.
Chasing low budget LA. When you done brought in the richness, okay?
So, so it's just like, I absolutely have to just continue to be myself. Because like I said, like, that was my event. It was going to happen whether them people came or not. Whether them cameras came or whether them cameras didn't come, honey, the event was happening. It was already on my calendar. It was already planned. It was already scheduled. I just allowed you guys to come into my space. So don't come in here with no nonsense. Don't come in here with no stupidness. Like, because you will get kicked out the door.
When they came into the home and they saw that your home was beautiful, you don't, like you said, people want you to be humble. That's fine. But your surroundings speak for themselves. You didn't have to come in down.
I never said anything. That's right. I never said anything. Right. They had an opportunity to. They had an opportunity to look around, honey, long before they ever met me. Like,
they was talking about it at the table too. Now we the subscribers.
And that's so funny. Like, I literally have to watch the episode back because when I watched it, I had people over and it was so much going on, and we were just so excited to see ourselves on the TV that we was loud, we was talking. So I really need to like sit down and just watch the episode, you know what I mean, in my lonesome by myself, just to kind of get into it, you know what I mean? Because I didn't hear they said, oh, this is really, really nice, and she threw an awesome event, and they were like, she did in the first day what the people couldn't do in all these seasons and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, thank you. At least y'all see, this is the effort, this is the energy. So, you'll see, like, in the beginning, honey, everybody wanted to be my best friend. Everybody was like, ooh, invite Nicole to the event, invite Nicole to this, invite Nicole to that, honey. It started off very good.
But then it changes because people get I hate to say it. Excuse me. I hate to say it, but there's always some jealousy.
Yeah, it started off amazing. You know what I mean? I feel like for me, it still ends amazing. But I mean, you just begin to see when you don't know people. Like I tell people, I give everybody an A. Like day one, everybody can get an A. Everybody can come into the situation and get an A. How you act, how you treat me, how you make me feel is going to decline the grade. You know what I mean? So some people still got their A's, and some people got a D, and some people failed out the class. And it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to like everybody. Everybody don't have to like me.
But you can't please everybody. So we're gonna get to see some of that in this as the season.
Oh, absolutely. Like you're gonna get to see, like I said, the season kind of starts off, to me, it starts off pretty mellow, honey. And then once it goes, then it goes. You know what I mean? Like once it goes, honey, it's giving you all the chaos that you've ever seen in your life. You know what I mean? Like, so this week coming up, like, because I was there and I know chronologically like what happened this week coming up, you'll get to know a little bit more about me. You'll get to know a little bit more about what I have going on. You'll get to see me interact again with the group, doing some different things and whatnot. You'll get to see me meeting some other people that are in the circle, in the group, And you just get to see us. You'll get to see us having some fun before the nonsense. Before the nonsense, you'll get to see us having some good times.
Okay. Now, will we get to? So we gonna see some drama.
You will see a little bit of drama because green sweatshirt that still trickles on for a little bit longer. So you gotta because I still have some questions.
Well, because he had on the picture he's holding the crown, and I was like, is he holding Nicole's crown? Like, is he the one who's got her crown or what?
Right.
Like, does he have to?
You'll see, and people, I think that people are gonna laugh because they're gonna be like, "Are we still talking about this green sweatshirt?" But for me, I was just trying to get some clarity. You know what I mean? Like for me, I wanted to clarify the situation because at the end of the day, you have to think, I don't know these people. So, and it's funny to me, like people are gonna act like stuff drags on, or they're gonna be like, "Why are we still talking about this?" But I don't know these people, so all I have to talk about with these people is what I have to talk about with them. You know what I mean? And until y'all give me some other details or some other stuff to go with, bitch, the conversations are very surface. You know what I mean? Like, so this is literally the only conflict or the only thing that I know about you, that I could talk about right now. So it's kind of, sometimes it be kind of forced. Like, so I wish we would have gotten a chance to like, hang out a little bit more like outside of the stuff, like, not for lack of trying. That was what I wanted. I wanted to hang out with these people on camera and off camera so we can form like genuine bonds and genuine friendships and that nature, so it can translate onto the camera. You know what I mean? Like certain people I did. Certain people you'll notice like, our connections are just way, way better. You know what I mean? Just like even though like we all get the opportunities to show up to the things, like we all get invited to the same stuff. You come. If you don't, you don't. So when you don't form bonds with people, then you wonder like why there's conflict or why y'all don't gel well or why y'all get into certain things. Cause it's like, bitch, I don't know you. Like you haven't showed up. I showed up. I'm here. If I can stop my busy life, because I'm one of the only ones with an actual brick and mortar business that I have to run every single, you know what I mean? Like I'm the only one with it. Wow. I'm the only one with an actual location that I need to be at all the time and make sure things is good. You know what I mean? Like,
so they do come and film at I did see them filming at the salon. So there are going to be other scenes at your salon.
There are other scenes there's quite a few scenes in my salon, actually. There's quite a few scenes in my salon. There's quite a few activities that happen in my salon. There's quite a few things that happen with me in my life. You'll get to see, you get to know me and my mom a little bit more. That was important for me, like to show like that connection because we don't see it. You know what I mean? We don't see it. Like literally, like last season, there was no family members on the show and things of that nature. I mean, I know some of the people on the cast, like their parents are not here anymore, but we don't see it. You know what I mean? And that's important. Like, though, that's the foundation of everything. You know what I mean? Like, she literally made me who I am. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's important to the story. That's important to my life. That's important to understand our dynamic. Is to understand us. Is to understand me. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that in the midst of y'all throwing me in this nonsense, I wanted to make sure that you also get to see me. You know what I mean? Don't just keep throwing me. That was my biggest thing. Don't just keep throwing me in situations with these strangers. Like, that's what I would be doing all the time. I'm not just going to be over here talking to these people, arguing with these people all the time, honey. Show me in my real elements. And then, honey, I'll go over here with these people.
So you said we get to see some drama. We see you in the salon and we're going to get to see a little romance.
It might be a little romance, honey. I might have had a little fling-a-ding-ding, honey. You never know, honey. Baby, when the drink, let me say, we be drinking. Like, there's literally drinks everywhere all the time, honey. So, when the sippy sip gets to going down, honey, you just never know what might happen. It's a couple little sexy menses on his cast, honey. And I was just like, wow, I know these men.
No, you didn't steal my word, menses, because I'll be looking for
it's a couple of sexy menses on his cast, honey. So when I seen him, I was like, well, hello, who are you? Hi.
Right. Okay. Well, it wasn't the one with this. It did no. It wasn't.
He doesn't tickle my fancy. Not in that respect at all. Right. Not at all in that respect. No, but you guys, it's funny. You'll see it.
I've seen some cuties on your page.
Period.
I have.
And it's funny because you'll see it like instantly, like, and this is how much I'm in your face and all about. Like when I see something that I think is sexy, honey, that's the first thing I'm gonna be like, well, hello, hi. Like you'll see, you know what I mean? It's organic. Like it's not me trying to bitch. As soon as I see you, honey, before I even be like, what's your name? I'm like, oh, you're sexy. Hello, come here.
Right.
So it's funny. Like you'll see that. Like stay tuned. Like when you watch this Thursday's episode, you'll see how things played out with the last person that came to the door. Because the way the episode ended, one more person came to the door, honey. I opened the door and I'm like, like, well, who are you? So you'll see that play out. Like, it's going to be a good season. You guys will definitely get a lot of excitement and you'll get a lot of stuff that you want to see. So we'll definitely have to do this again. I will do it again after some drama. Like after some drama, then we'll do it. Because I would like to talk about some drama with you. But see, I can't tell you about the drama or converse about the drama until it happens on the TV. So once we see a boom, 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 boom drama, then we're going to discuss it.
And when we come back next time, I'm going to have my champagne ready because today I didn't get to drink with you because I had a headache coming into this. But just laughing, kicking with you is gone. But you have been so gracious. You haven't given me quite an hour, but I'm gonna give you a few minutes.
Oh, how many more minutes I got, boo? I mean, I'm good.
You keep. I don't know. You're freezing up a little bit.
Oh, am I? The universe is attacking
now you're good. You're good now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But next time I want my champagne.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could have some of your cast members around. I don't know, but
absolutely, I could bring some little menses on here with me, honey, and chit chat. Absolutely.
You got a podcast that I heard you talking about.
I do. We're in the process of revamping it right now. Oh my God, that thing there, honey. It's called Messy Mondays. So it's me and my best friend Tasha Banks, honey. And we basically just get on the way it started was literally, that's why it has the name Messy Mondays, because it started with just being mess. We were just commenting on things that we saw in social media, things that we saw in reality TV, things of that nature. And then we kind of sat back after we dismantled it and kind of brought it back together. We kind of sat down and we were like, you know what? Like, this is a chance for us to get more things out there to the people. So now we talk about business, we talk about finance, we talk about household tips, we talk about hair and beauty makeup tips, you know what I mean? So we do give you a little bit of mess to kind of reel you in a little bit, but then once we reel you in, honey, then we give you some stuff that you can take away and some information that you can use.
Well, since y'all got Messy Mondays, how about you get messy with me sometimes?
And I will.
Because I like to we could just talk about
and that because I like to do that. Like, I like to talk about the things of the things, honey. I love to give a little read, little shade, like what's going on, honey. Like, I just was upstairs watching Housewives before I hopped on here, and I was like, "Oh, baby, honey, these girls is going at it."
Well, because I haven't been. I've been watching Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Oh, absolutely. Did you watch DC?
I didn't. I've been watching the Housewives of Atlanta and all of them for years, and I'm like, okay, Love and Marriage Huntsville has been different with the Martells and the cheating and the
right.
Do you watch that one?
Absolutely, I watched Love and Marriage Huntsville. Absolutely.
And so, like, I did the Married to Medicine. I was into that last season. I haven't been watching them this season. But
this season is just getting started. It's off to a good little dramatic start. You know what I mean? Like, because I think a lot of times, like, things happen like off the cameras and behind the scenes, and that's what I'm noticing now with being in front of the camera like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of these conflicts that people are trying to figure out on the show happen sometimes off the show. Because I feel like we've had, in my cast per se, we've had more conflicts off the camera than we have had on the camera. So sometimes it doesn't make sense because people spill that into when we're filming. You know what I mean? Like, so people are confused, you know what I mean? Like, well, why are you mad at this person? We didn't see y'all ever get into it, you know what I mean? So they do try to, like, even on Married to Medicine, like, everybody mad at Dr. Heavenly, honey, because she be on her YouTube channel reading these girls for filth.
I heard about that. That she said something. I didn't get to, I don't know exactly what but I heard that people got pissed at her because she was
she has something to say about everybody. She has something to say about everybody, you know what I mean? And it's funny to me because she has something to say about everybody, then she act like, well, I don't know why they're mad.
But if you do you remember when that show first started with Dr. Heavenly? They used to read her.
They did. They used to attack her down, honey. Dr. Heavenly was definitely like at the bottom of the food chain. Nobody was checking for her. She wasn't fashionable. She wasn't, you know what I mean? She wasn't glamorous. She was just a real life doctor.
Right.
And she was like, I'm just a dentist, honey, and I'm just here to get my money. You know what I mean? Like, but now I think that she's understanding the assignment and she's like, okay, let me step it up. Let me, because I think a lot of times we don't expect people in certain professions to involve themselves in the mess. You know what I mean? And the show would not have lasted as long as it did if they didn't get a little bit messy during,
But do you watch Basketball Wives?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's another one that I'm into. We'll be watching it tonight.
We gotta watch it tonight. Yeah, I watch it, honey. I'm interested to see like what happens now. Last I remember, honey, Brooke and Jackie was getting into it, and this is the thing, like for, now that I know what happens, like these scenes take way longer than y'all get to see, you know what I mean? Like, so some literally might take 4 or 5 hours, and you guys are going to get to see 32 minutes of it. So the way they cut it up, it makes it seem like, well, what happened? You know what I mean? Because I was like, well, why are Jackie and Brooke at each other's necks like this? But it's like, there'd be a lot of stuff that they can't put everything in there. But I think Jackie Christie should retire from the show.
Why? Okay, wait a minute.
Jackie is like,
see, that's what okay, so that's what a lot of people are saying. Is it really reality? Because what we hear is that, I don't know if it was Real Housewives of Atlanta, but something happened and they said that the producers were like, oh, we got to start that over again. If you guys get into some verbal disagreements, do they sometimes say, oh, cut, let's go back, say that again? Like, see, that's why people don't think it's real.
They do sometimes. They will, and here's the thing, but they don't want you to change what you said, though. You know what I mean? Like, people think that it's not real because they think that they're giving us things to say. They're not giving us things to say. But if it is that you say it and they couldn't understand what you said, or if you say it and it was mumbled, or if it was muffled, you know what I mean? Like, they want to give the audience a good visual of what's going on. So they do, like, they do have us cut certain stuff, Now, if this a real life full blown argument, like, there's no way to stop that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in some real life arguments on this show, and there's no, like, cutting in between that. You know what I mean? Like, but if it's just like a regular conversation, and like how you and I are talking, and it's like, oh, we didn't hear you, can we cut? Let's run that back. Say it again. You know what I mean? So it's not like, if we're in each other's face and they're like, okay, stop, everybody calm down, then get mad again. Because you can't. You know what I mean? It's never going to happen that way. Like, the reaction is never going to be the same again.
But you just said you were in some real life arguments on the set.
No, what I said was, yes, we were in real life arguments, and they don't cut those types of things. Okay. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, like, if we're just having a regular conversation, and they didn't hear me, or they didn't hear you, or they're like, hey, run that back, we gotta get that again, you know what I mean? Or they want to film it from a different angle so they can cut it in and paste it in like that. But what I'm saying is, like, a real argument where it's like we're really going at it, like, no, they won't stop us. Like, they won't. Okay. They don't jump in that thing, honey. Yeah, the way it plays out is the way it plays out, because you can't get that authenticness back. You know what I mean? If we're just having a regular conversation, we can redo a conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if it's just like us imparting some information.
Yeah, just us imparting information. Like, we can re-regurgitate that again, you know what I mean, in a different way, or from a different angle, so they can get a better look at it. You know what I mean? But if it's like me and you be like, and bitch, like, what I say, I'm never gonna be able to say the same thing to you again, because my read was my read when I read you, and once I read you, honey, it's gonna be a different read the next time. You know what I mean? So no, because that's authentic. They do. Yeah, so it's very authentic, honey. It's definitely, honey, I've been in some situations and I was like, did this really just happen to me? Like, the fuck? Like, and I have to think quick, honey, because the first time, honey, I had a conflict on this thing, honey, I was literally thrown for a loop. Like,
see, okay, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm sure you can read and go with the rest of them, but you just seem so sophisticated. Like, so I'm just saying, like, we haven't seen you, go toe to toe or anything, but just from your persona and what we've seen so far, you just seem like so sophisticated. Like, I can't see you being that.
And I am. And it's so funny. Like, so it was fun for me to know that I still got it. You know what I mean? Because I'm in a different space in life. And I feel like when you're in a different space in life, you don't do the things that you used to do. So I don't argue with people no more. But it was good to know that once it came at me, boom, it was like riding a bike, honey. I did not, I still got it. You know what I mean? If you want this smoke, I'm gonna give it to you. And I was like, oh, come on, Nicole, you still got that thing. You better freaking tell these heifers what it is. You know what I mean? So no, in real life, honey, no, I don't be fussing and fighting and arguing.
Right.
But I'm very witty and I'm quick with my responses. So my brain processes things very fast. You got to think, like, I was a debater for a lot of my life. So I know how to come back with the comebacks when I need to come back with the comebacks. You know what I mean? So you'll definitely see it, but you'll see, the very first argument I got into on this show, I was very caught off guard because I was, where the fuck did this come from?
That's another thing. Samantha was asking me to ask you, you mentioned going to school in Atlanta. So she was like, oh, she's from Atlanta. I said, no, she's from LA.
No, I'm from California. Yeah, I just went to college in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. No, I'm from here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from here, honey. Born and raised here, honey. I went to college in Atlanta, and I brought my happy tail right on back.
How did you like being in Atlanta?
I liked it. ish. I think if I knew then what I know now, I would have liked it more. But it was kind of like a culture shock for me. You know, being from California, you know, you see a little bit of everything. We have black, we
Yeah.
got white, we got Mexican, we got this, we got that.
Yeah.
So when it was that I was in Atlanta and everything is black or white, like I never saw a Mexican, I barely
Really?
saw an Asian. Yeah, I never saw a Mexican in Atlanta. Never.
I've only been
I
to
never.
Atlanta once, but I didn't know it was that. I didn't know there was a that
Well, I
much.
guess it just depends because, you know, because I went to a black school, it's in the heart of the blackness. So there's all the
Okay.
black people, you know what I mean? But it was just different for me. And I had went there by myself. Like I had some distant family members there, like some aunts of some other stuff, you know what I mean? But I didn't have anybody like my core knit of people. So when I
Right.
tell you, baby, I ran my free nights and weekends up, honey, calling my mama and my friends every single day because I was like, hello, what are you guys doing? I miss everyone. Like, you know, it just took me a minute to adjust to it, but I enjoyed it though. I'm glad that I went. I'm glad that I got that experience. I'm glad that I got to, you know, see some different things, you know, so it just adds to like, you know, the culture that I've had, you know what I mean? Or the training that I've had or the this and the that. So I like it in Atlanta. Atlanta's fun. And now Atlanta is more advanced now than it was back then. You know what I mean? Like Atlanta
Yeah.
is like a black Hollywood now. So it's like when I
I
go
know,
there,
right?
when I get there, I feel right at home. I feel like I'm here.
So you still probably have some celebrity friends in Atlanta, people that
Yeah,
you
I
know.
still have some connections there. Like I still, when
Yeah.
I go there, honey, I runs with the best of them in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, I be thinking about moving sometimes, but I be like, no, I just gotta live where I like to live. No, thank you.
What about Calabasas? Since you say you're gonna get this mansion, are we gonna segue into Calabasas?
Baby, they gotta cut me some Kardashian checks before I can move there. And Calabasas is a very expensive. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a good coin to go to Calabasas, honey.
Nicole, let me give you a little trivia. I did not know that Tupac had a place in Calabasas because we both from California. Like I didn't know, like back, you know, Tupac, that's years ago.
Right.
I didn't know Tupac had I didn't even know Calabasas was not even on my radar when Tupac.
Right. And it wasn't on nobody's radar until somebody made it popular. You know what I mean? And now like Calabasas is definitely where like the celebrities went to get away from everything. You know what I mean? It's the suburbs. Like the people moved out there to not be in the heart of what's going on. And then, you know, once the Kardashians got on TV and made it popular, now it's like, boom, everybody wants to run down to Calabasas because it means like you've made it. So now it's kind of like not as exclusive. You know what I mean? It's still exclusive because you still got to have $1 gazillion to live there because it's very expensive. But it's kind of like now the people know where they're at. Like Tupac was probably tucked away in Calabasas. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like Oprah has a home in Santa Barbara. She was probably tucked away in Santa Barbara. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But now, once neighborhoods get more popular, once more people move there, all the celebrities that moved out of Hollywood to move to Calabasas to be on the outskirts to have their privacy. But now it's like, well, everybody know you live there now. So now it's just like, let's drive. You know, when people come to California, they're like, oh, can you take me to Calabasas? We want to drive around and
Right.
see what we can see. You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask you, is that a place to go where, you know, people could see the celebrities?
Ain't nothing happening there. You go to the grocery store and hope to run into somebody, but that's about it. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing going on there. It's just it's like a bunch of hills. It's a valley. It's a valley area in Los Angeles. So it's, you know, it's on the outskirts. It's shit. You still gotta, from Calabasas, you probably still gotta travel an hour and 10 minutes to get to LA.
Really?
Like one end of LA to the other end of LA could take you 2 hours.
I heard that the traffic is crazy.
The traffic is terrible.
So
but you know,
have you been to Nobu?
I have not.
So
random. But I hear it's good. I've attempted to go there 1,000 times. Like I've made reservations, not been able to keep them. Like here's the thing. I haven't got to the level of bougie yet to where it's just like I gotta eat certain things. Like I like crustaceans.
Okay.
What else do I like? I like crustaceans. I like STK. I like the steakhouses. Even like Mr. Chow's, like I've been to the one in Vegas and I was highly disappointed. Like I was like, I just spent $500 for this meal and it nothing made me happy. It was gorgeous, you know, but my favorite food is Mexican food or like Italian food, things of that nature. So take me to like Javier's and stuff like that, like the upscale little Mexican spots I'll rock with. But Nobu, honey, like a little bit of sushi. I'd rather go to like a place like Volcano or something like that. You know, I don't have to have they got these little baby tacos and it's like $15 per taco and you got to order at least 2 of them. You know what I mean? Like I don't gotta have that.
Well, see, we only hear about it like because that's where the celebrities hang out. So if you
The
want
Kardashians go there
to,
all the time, honey. They rent the private room, honey. They probably spend $2,000-$3,000 on them nice little meals. You know what I mean? Because they got it like that. So I'm gonna go one of these days. One of these days, I'm gonna go just to say I went. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person. I'll try anything one time.
yeah, just
Yeah,
to
I'll try
go.
anything one time. And it has nothing to do with like, I'm the type of person that researches stuff before I go there. If I ever go to a new restaurant, I gotta look at the menu before I get there. Cause I don't want to be sitting there trying to figure out what I want in the midst of trying to order. Like I want to already know in my mind, like, oh, well, that looked like it would probably be good. That sounded appealing to me. That sounds like certain things that I like to eat. You know what I mean? So I kind of try to like have it like that.
So now
But
that
if you
you
come
are,
out here, I'll definitely take you. We can go to Nobu, honey. We can try it out. We can see what it is, honey. We're going to review it. We're going to talk about it. And if we don't never got to go back in, we don't never got to go back in.
so we're gonna be heading out there. We gonna the young one. She wants to come out there because now she just done got starstruck. She want her hair done. She want to just be
Absolutely.
fabulous. Look, she's like she just want to be fabulous. But so anyway, we'll talk offline about that.
Absolutely. Well, we'll set that up.
Okay. So anyway, I know that you have been gracious, and we'll do this again, and we'll be
Absolutely.
promoting it. I'm gonna put the information. Shout out your hair salon and your hair company again. Shout out all that stuff.
The Red Carpet Hair Studio. You can find us on all social media platforms at the Red Carpet Hair Studio. You can Google redcarpethairstudio.com. You can also find me at Nicole Ray Hair on all platforms. That's NicoleRaeHair. DM me, send me an email, send me a message. If you want to order some hair, let me know. If you have some questions, like I'm still very much down to earth, honey. Like, so y'all can reach out to me, honey, and I'll reach back.
I want a makeover.
Okay, those are my favorite.
Okay.
Those are my favorite.
I want to be as cute as you, child. I was in here talking about. I want to be pretty too.
I got you, honey. I got you, honey. We got a whole team for stuff like that, honey. We're gonna go in this closet,
You guys
honey.
got the whole makeup and everything.
Yeah, we have a makeup artist on the staff. We have all kind of stuff, honey. It's the one-stop shop for everything, honey. And I'm actually getting ready to launch this closet because we're gonna start doing like closet sales because we literally have like so much stuff, and it's just like what I'm gonna do with this stuff. Like if you guys see like some of these guest rooms in this house, like once I wore a dress to the premiere, what I'm gonna do with that? I can never wear that again. It was worn at the premiere.
Well, I understand you probably want to do closet, but Samantha and I was talking earlier, talking about like we have some of the schools here where the girls just have nothing, and so I was telling her she needs to donate some of her clothes because she gives them
I do that as well. Yeah, so absolutely. I do that as well.
Yeah, so it's just because some of them they just don't.
But some stuff, here's the thing, some stuff, honey, ain't for the Goodwill, honey. If it's a gown, gowns ain't for the Goodwill. You know what I mean? So we definitely do. You'll see it on the show. Like, stay tuned. You'll see a lot of the things that we do on the show. But yeah, we definitely donate clothes to all kind of charities. We do all kind of charity give back and charity events. But if you got like J-Lo dresses, honey, that you wore on the red carpet, honey, somebody can go ahead and buy that.
Yeah, also you can do a resale, right? You can do a resale.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I mean, of course, like, jeans, shirts, jackets.
Well, what about Ray? You got some angel brinks?
I don't have any angel rings, but I might, I was honestly thinking about, Insider, honey, exclusive. I was honestly thinking about reaching out to Angel Brinks, honey, to get her to make my reunion dress. So we'll see what happens.
Angel, make the dress.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, honey. I literally was thinking about that. You know what I mean? Because I want something real naked and sexy and just.
Wait, this is for the reunion?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is the reunion gonna be live? Is it gonna be an audience?
I don't know yet. We haven't heard anything about it yet since we're just our film. The reunion probably won't be until like November-ish or something like that. So
let us know if they have tickets and stuff. So
absolutely, I will definitely keep you posted on what's going on, honey. They'll be waiting for people to send in questions. So as a viewer, as a blogger, definitely send in some questions, some things you want to know, so we can get the answers, honey, at the reunion because it's gonna be a lot to discuss. But absolutely, I'll definitely let you know.
Okay. So again, thank you, Miss Nicole, for coming on, and thank you to those of you that watched. And we will. She said she's gonna come back.
I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple of weeks, honey. As soon as y'all don't know when I'm coming back, because as soon as y'all see me argue on the show, I'm coming back the next day. Okay. As soon as y'all see me argue, honey, right? As soon as you see me argue, girl, hit me up, and I'm coming back because damn it, I'm talking to everybody about it. When I go off, honey, I want to talk to everybody about it.
All right. Well, thanks
All
a
right,
lot.
love. Have
I
a
love
good rest
you.
of your day. Love you
Okay.
too. Bye
And
bye.
next time you see me, I want to be cute, Nicole. I want you to.
I got you, boo. All right,
Okay.
love. Have a
All
good
right.
one. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.